The summer months are here, and for a little while we'll be scrabbling around wondering what on earth we're going to be spending our money on. Well, thankfully, Xbox owners will still have a few full retail games to make a decision over, with the following all due out on Xbox One or Xbox 360 at some point in July 2016. 7 Days to Die, Xbox One. As gamers, we are trained to do whatever it takes to survive. No matter what the situation, our minds are focused on scavenging for supplies and crafting weapons from the get-go. But when we are placed in the middle of a randomly generated world with no hand-holding and have to escape from psycho mutants, the tables turn. And this is exactly what 7 Days to Die does to you. You must have your wits about you, as at any moment you could drop dead from dehydration, starvation or mutant attack as you attempt to survive the days and nights. If you want to live, you will have to build a sturdy shelter, find food and water, and be aware of the dangerously mutated humans that roam your world. Just make sure you are home for sundown. Ghostbusters, Xbox One. To run alongside the full movie reboot, you'll be able to grab a friend or three, strap on those signature proton packs, and engage in some good old-fashioned ghost busting. Join your friends as you patrol through the streets and buildings of Manhattan, harnessing different abilities unique to your character and swapping weapons on the go as you make decisions regarding the task at hand. For anyone who was a child in the 80s who has only ever wanted to bust some ghosts, Ghostbusters the video game is your best bet of experiencing just that. Mountain Blade Warband, Xbox One. It is no easy task to break into the world of RPGs these days, with the gargantuan franchises like The Elder Scrolls, The Witcher and Dragon Age, all with their own dedicated fan bases. But put a medieval spin on things and allow the player to join one of multiple factions before sticking a character into an open world sandbox, and you might have a chance to gain some attention. Battles between enemy factions begin when 2 or more parties meet, or organised battles can be played out in towns and villages. There are many factors as to whether you'll win your fight, such as leadership and how skilled your soldiers are in a certain ability. Mountain Blade Warband is a standalone expansion pack, which brings one more faction to the table, focusing on horse-mounted combat and also instructing your men into how to attack and to use different tactics. It also adds a multiplayer capability, where you are left to engage in a bloody war with other players. Carmageddon Max Damage, Xbox One. While labelled as a racer, Carmageddon is far from your average Forza motorsport, with the aim of the game basically being to ram your opponents off the track with stupidly crazy power-ups in your very own vehicle of mass destruction. Or you could just run down the nearest pedestrian, bear or alien in an attempt to acquire bonus points. With 10 open environments to destroy to your heart's content, 4 multiplayer events to get you to trade paint with other nutters, and a single player career with 6 event types, you can guarantee you will always have something to do, whether that be besting your score on a challenge, finishing first in a multiplayer race, or simply mowing down yet another bear. Prison Architect Xbox One. Prison Architect does exactly what it says on the tin. You will plan out your custom-made prison, be responsible for assigning guards and wardens to different cells, manage the jobs and activities to keep your inmates happy, and purchase new facilities and buildings to make your prison the best the world has ever seen. You will even have to decide where to specifically place your lights, drains, and any other services to ensure everything is connected and working. Just make sure your inmates are content, or you may have to go to the trouble of tracking down an escapist. Prison Architect is one of the most in-depth building games in recent years, so if you fancy yourself as a budding architect, then you could do much worse than pick this up. MX vs ATV Supercross Encore, Xbox One and Xbox 360. MX vs ATV Supercross was released a few years back to mixed reviews. Now though, we have MX vs ATV Supercross Encore for Xbox One and Xbox 360. Essentially, what we have here is a game where the player is able to race over different tracks on either a supercross or motocross bike, or alternatively on the four wheels of an ATV. Encore holds 5 different series in the career mode, some which require you to ride a bike and others with an ATV. There are also various motocross companies in the game to bring their authenticity to the table. When you think you have mastered the single player, then you can then hop online with up to 12 player games and throw up dust with a local friend in 2-player split screen. Forestry 2017, the simulation, Xbox One. In the wonderful world of video gaming, you can be many things. Cowboy, professional footballer, magical wizard, the list goes on and on. There is something for everyone. And in that case, somewhere there must be a game for budding woodcutters. Yes, lo and behold, Forestry 2017, the simulation, is that game. If you've ever wanted to drive round in huge machines such as harvesters or control a massive crane arm, then now you can. Forestry 2017 gives you a list of tasks and then you go about your merry business of felling trees and whatever else woodcutters do. If you want to ditch being a cool space marine or badass cowboy for a bit and replace it with a more casual, relaxing job, then maybe Forestry 2017 the simulation will be the way to go. Have you ever wondered how much wood a woodchucker could chuck? Nah, us neither. Joe's Diner, Xbox One. Ever fancied working night shifts in the middle of nowhere? Joe's Diner can be found on Route 7. As one of their employees, it'll be up to you to keep the tables clean. At the same time though, you'll need to try and pacify the souls of 2 rival Indian chiefs, one who wishes to rest in peace whilst the other tries to wind things up. With atmospheric visuals, stunning lighting and some innovative gameplay, whilst Joe's Diner may sound a strange beast, it could well be worth checking out. Pineview Drive, Xbox One. Originally released a couple of years back on PC, it's time for Xbox One owners to experience the horror of Pineview Drive. An old abandoned mansion lies at the end of Pineview Drive, and there, standing at its gates, is a man looking for answers. 20 years after his wife disappeared without trace, with no clues, it's up to you to help the old man uncover the mystery behind her disappearance, taking in the story-driven adventure as you do so. Pineview Drive is scary, it's atmospheric, and it's now on Xbox One. So that's it for July 2016. Not the busiest of months, and certainly not one that contains a ton of AAA titles either, but not bad in the grand scheme of things. Let us know what you decide to pick up in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.